Today's episode of Brock's Garage is brought to you by Hot Rod Innovation, a new standard in throttle return spring. Safer, more reliable and adjustable. You can contact them at www.hotrodinnovations.cool or check their Facebook page at Hot Rod Innovation Parts at Facebook. Or for you truck fans, now anyone with a 69 to 72 truck or Blazer, using a 71 to 72 surround, can finally have the look of a 67 to 68 front end with our bolt-in grill insert. We use a sheet metal grill and a separate sheet metal perforated backer along with real billet trim, not cheap stamp trim from China. Our parts are 100% made in America and ready to ship. Later on this show will be our guest Jerry Pliler with his rat rod, so let's get on with the show.
Hey, welcome back to the garage. Hey, I'm here with Randy and John in there is living the glory days in the car, you know. It's all fun. But Randy and I are actually going to do some work here. We're going to put a return spring setup on here that Randy got for the build from the new company, right, Randy?
Yeah, new company.
So normally a return spring on your throttle would hook up here and pull the throttle back as you push down on the pedal, but this spring works different. Tell us about it, Randy.
Yeah, your normal spring, as you said, will connect from the carburetor to usually your thermostat housing, and when you accelerate, you pull on the spring. Mm-hmm. We've all heard the horror stories of a spring breaking, losing control, you wreck your car. This from Hot Rod Innovations is a return spring that is, instead of pulling on it, you're actually compressing the spring so you do not lose control if it was to ever break, and it's self-contained, so if it was to ever break, it stays inside itself. Fully adjustable, so you can control how much tension you have on the throttle and everything.
Very cool.
In the package that you order, you'll get the bracket that mounts to your carburetor stud. You get instructions, tells you step by step of how to do this. It's really easy. The only thing that you will have to get is an aftermarket throttle cable. This is a low car, which I found is a lot easier to work with. Better, they slide easier and stuff like that. But that's the only thing because of the way that it's going to mount to the bracket.
Okay.
The stock ones don't work. So.
And you get a kickdown setup too,
If
right?
you have, yeah, this we got for the 4-speed, so we don't have a kickdown cable because it's not an automatic. But if you have an automatic, you get the bracket that attaches to this for the kickdown cable, and you're just going to let them know if you have a low car or your stock TV cable. So.
And there's no modifications. It just bolts on to what you got, right?
Really, no modifications at all. It's just basically unbolt one stud and it's going to go from there.
Awesome. We're going to show you how this works, and we're going to hook up a link to how you guys can find your own parts for this. So it's going to be really cool. I suggest doing that. This is a new company, a new business, and I'm really excited to put this on the car. So let's do it.
Yeah.
So Randy, what kind of tools you need for this job?
Actually, really simple. 1/2-inch open end wrench, little Allen wrench, nut driver, or another little pair of pliers. That's about it. Very simple. All we're gonna do, and
What's the company again?
this is Hot Rod Innovation. It's a company out of California. Just started up. They do the throttle return spring, and they do a grill for the 68 to 72 Chevy C10s, K10s. Nice. So really cool because it's hideaway lights too.
Awesome.
But if you can't get a hold of them through them, you can also order it on Summit. They're in Summit magazine now too.
So hey man, quick shout out to you guys. Thanks for shipping that to us, man. I appreciate it. We're gonna put this baby on there and watch it work.
So simple. We're gonna remove the back nut off the carburetor, which sometimes is easier said than done. Put our bracket on. Comes with a little lock washer so that it doesn't move.
Now's the time when you lose it on the under the car.
Yeah. Try not to lose the 10 millimeter. But that's why we work on, American card.
Yeah.
No 10 millimeters on this. Half inch.
Right.
Lock this down. And now, time for the spring. The spring is going to mount right here on this little Allen wrench screw.
Ah, I was wondering where the Allen wrench came in.
Like I said, simple.
Well, it's perfect for this garage then, if it's simple.
When I saw this and heard about it, it was one of those things. We've all heard the horror stories of losing the throttle return spring.
That's why you usually got the double springer.
Yeah, in case one breaks. And this, it looks prettier. When you got a classic like this, why not make it look gorgeous?
It looks great. I think it looks really awesome.
So, I won't lie, I've got one on my truck. I love it.
That's cool. Oh, I see. I guess there is a use for that little hole on there that never gets used.
Yeah. Now you wonder why the carburetor companies need to make such a big linkage, because we're not using it anymore. Hello.
Man, even the colors match the carburetor. That's kind of cool.
Like I said, you can get different colors. You can get red. You can get silver.
Really?
You can get black. Yeah, they have a variety of different colors because everybody likes to customize their cars.
Oh, wow. I didn't know they come in different colors. That's cool. I was just being funny, but I guess the joke's on me.
The joke's on you because I knew you liked black and orange by the looks of it, so I figured match.
No.
No. Not John. No. And that's pretty much it. Now we have an adjustment for our throttle cable, which we'll run through with the help of Steady, but there it is right there. Nice return spring. Total control.
Bang, bang. That's slick.
And adjustable so you can have tension on it or not.
Oh, so you can even adjust the tension on the spring.
Yeah. So you
That is really awesome.
If you like a stiffer throttle, or if you want a light throttle, some of us, we like to
Right.
give it that nice.
That is killer.
Yeah, and you don't have the spring stretched across
Right.
the fuel line or whatever.
It looks prettier than that return spring. We all have seen those return springs.
So now we just need to put the cable in, hook it up to the throttle.
This is probably where you'll do some more modifications of your cable. You can cut it to length, do different styles. You can route it the best way you want. What I like about the low car is the connections are stainless steel. They're really nice. The packaging is strong.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to cut the cable in, you think?
Yeah, we can adjust and cut the cable and things like that. We want to find out the best. Some pedals, if you have like a low car pedal assembly, these are already have the linkage for it, but you can just plug it in. Some of the GMs, they just have the cable, and it's really easy. Take your E-clip off, pull this off, and then you just slide the cable right through your pedal housing little clip and right back to business.
Very cool.
I mean, most car guys are mechanically inclined. I'd say an hour for adjustment and everything.
Oh, very cool.
Very easy.
Well, we can run that and whatnot here in a few minutes and get this all dialed in.
Yeah, the fun part is, John's going to be underneath the dash. And
Yeah, I'd nominate John.
Yep, I'll do it.
yeah, I think I nominate John
Cut
too.
stuff. Grinder.
Well, we'll probably need one tool so we can take this out, take the cable out so that we can see where the housing is going to go. So,
Well, we can test run it and figure out what we need.
yeah, I just wanted to get this. John's good at finding any tool works.
What do you need, Randy?
Hammer.
Nothing, got it.
Hammer.
No, you got it.
Not to lose the E-clip.
The Jesus clip.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right, you lose it, you go to the auto parts store, you tell them I need a Jesus clip. You'll find out them kids are worth their weight in salt.
Yeah, yeah.
If they look at you stupid, go to another parts store. If they come back with an assortment, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you broke it.
I broke it. That's what I would say. If you have a regular GM, you're just gonna run that through your throttle linkage, your throttle pedal, which is what John is gonna do.
Yep,
Yeah.
that should work on it. We got the little plastic piece that goes in the pedal.
Like I said, this is just gonna mount to this bracket, like so. And
That looks like a real professional deal too, man. That looks really good.
it's all, billet aluminum, so it's lightweight. It's very easy to work with. I like the way you don't have to even put 2 wrenches on it. They've got a flat spot so that holds this nut. So all you got to do is just adjust the one.
Man, that's nice.
They make nice stuff.
That's nice.
They are making a nice quality thing. And like I said, what we have to just figure out is where do we want the cable to go, and just do our final adjustments and then lock it in, because pretty sure your cable's going to go right through there.
Yep.
So we can.
Is there a square hole in
Yeah.
somewhere?
Yeah.
That's usually where the throttle's going.
Yeah. And we have to take this. There's a way to do it, to take this off so that we can run it through. But
So we're to the point where we got to cut the cable.
yeah, pretty much. Now a lot of people, this collar here, they'll take it off to cut it. I suggest pushing the collar down, cutting it, and bringing it back up. That way, if any frayed pieces, you're not trying to get it back over. It is a pain in the butt, because this will always fit over easier. But pull the collar down, we can find out where we need to cut it, and we'll cut this stainless steel, cut it to fit, and put it back in.
So now all we got to do is cut the cable. We'll come back to you in a little bit and show you the finished product when that's all done. Thanks for bringing that, Randy. I think that's going to be an awesome addition to this
Yes.
build. All you guys out there, make sure you go check this company out. We'll have the link and everything. I think it's well worth your time and effort to look at it. And if it's right for your build, use it, man. I think it's going to be great. Talk to you in a few.
Okay, we're going to cut the cable now. Put a little wrap of some tape here. That's going to keep that from fraying. If you ever got poked by stainless, you'll know. And then we're just going to cut through the cable clean, and we'll show you here how it comes out.
So hey man, well, after a little bit of work, we got this all hooked up. Works pretty good, right, Randy?
Yeah, actually, it's back together. There was one thing I forgot to mention when you have your throttle cable. You're going to take the little connection that it attaches to and turn it on the inside so it stays inside the return spring. But yeah, we're all done. Just tightening it up. And John's going to get in the car, make sure that when we go to full throttle, we're not biting on anything. Just don't hit it hard, bud. It shouldn't be. Find it here. And there we go.
Man, that looks slick, man. That looks really good.
Like I said, we're going to compress the spring instead of pull on it, and now we can also adjust our tension. And when we start driving it,
I see that. Yeah.
yeah, we can adjust the tension of the spring to what we like on the throttle.
That is really, really cool. And again, the name of the company is
Hot Rod Innovations. Like I said, this to me is going to revolutionize the standard on return springs. You can go to their website at www.hotrodinnovations.cool, or they're in Summit Magazine now.
Oh, that's great, man. You guys could be some of the first to get this stuff, man. This is awesome. Hey, man, another thing, shout out to Schwab's for these tires to sit on. That was pretty cool. I haven't been able to drive in them yet, but sitting on them is kind of nice.
This is a nice, this is no more bending over the fender. This works great.
This works out slick.
I'm enjoying it.
So yeah, awesome. That's really cool. I like that. That's a really cool invention there. So now we're gonna go via satellite to check out buddy of mine Jerry's rat rod. So stick around for that. It's going to be really awesome.
Hey John, thanks for having me on Brock's Garage via satellite. Good to be here.
Thanks, Jerry, for being on the show. You know, I know who you are, but everybody else doesn't, so let everybody else know who you are. And what do you got for us today?
Name's Jerry. What I have here is a 1932 Ford pickup made up of an agglomeration of different parts.
So you say this is different, so what makes it different?
A rat rod is something that is just made up of what you can come up with and looks good put together.
So it looks really cool, Jerry. What do you got in for an engine?
This is a 1950 flathead V8 out of an old farm truck.
So Jerry, I see a whole bunch of different parts on here. What exactly makes up this rat rod of yours? It looks pretty cool, whatever you've got going on here.
Sure, what we've got is a set of headlights off an old Chevy, I think. I'm not sure. They look good, so I just threw them on. And some blinker lights up here that look like the headlights that are kind of fit the theme, and they were new old stock in the box, and I found them at a swap meet. 32 Ford grill shell, 36 Ford wire, 16-inch wire wheels, handmade headers with glass packs built into the headers. The cab is actually not a pickup cab. It's 31 Ford coupe doors and cowl, and the back section is off of a sedan of some sort. I don't even know if it's Ford. And then what we have back here is a shortened Model A bed. It's shortened about a foot. The truck is lowered, and yeah, it's just pretty close to being all Ford. It has a 5-speed out of a Camaro, and other than that, the running gear is all stock.
So Jerry, you say you got a flathead in this, but yet you're using a new model Camaro transmission. You know, what did you do? Roadkill this thing together with some zip ties or something? Tell us how you did that. That's kind of cool.
Well, it's a 1950 Ford flathead V8, and what I had to do was take a Speedway adapter kit to mount the 5-speed Chevy transmission to a Ford engine, and it worked out really well. It brought the RPMs lower so that I could run the freeway, and just more dependable and easier on the engine.
So Jerry, how's this thing travel down the road? Is it a good ride or a bad ride?
Terrible. It rides like an old buckboard. It's rough. I need to do some suspension work on it, but other than that, it drives up to speeds well on the freeway, and but it is rough.
So Jerry, when you're driving down the road, does people notice this thing going down the freeway or down the road? What's the reaction?
Yes, I get a lot of looks, a lot of thumbs up. I've had people on the freeway pull up beside me and record it going down the freeway.
So Jerry, you've had a lot of cool cars over the years. How long have you had this one?
I've had this truck for, I'm going to say 5 years, 6 years.
Do you know of any other rat rods out there?
There's a few. There's one in Castle Rock that looks quite a bit like it, and but it's built out of a Chevy cab and has a Chevy engine.
So you got any kind of power steering or any kind of power or anything, and you got a heater or anything in this thing, Jerry?
Well, it's Armstrong steering, no power windows, no power locks, no air conditioning unless you roll the windows down. And we're working on the floor and closing up the firewall hole. So at this moment, when you need heat, when the thermostat's open, you get heat. That's about it. And I just call it my beater with no heater.
So it's a truck. Do you haul things in the truck? Use it in that way, Jerry?
Yes, I do. I'll haul a few items in it once in a while. All right, John, thanks for having me on Brock's Garage and welcoming me and my beater with no heater on your show. And back to you at the shop.
Hey, I can barely hear you, Jerry, but it sounded like he shot it back to me, man. I appreciate you. I think we're losing our satellite feed here. So, hey, man, thanks, Jerry. Thanks to John. Thanks to Randy for helping out with this cool spring thing. And thanks for the company to send that in. You know, we're getting up to number 20, I think, show, and I really appreciate everybody watching. Our numbers are going up, and I appreciate you. We got shirts, we got some cups, we got all sorts of stuff. Make sure you subscribe. Keep checking us out. Man, it's really moving along. We're about 6 months into this thing. I bought this car about 6 months ago now. Can't believe the progress that's being made, and I appreciate everybody helping out and whatnot. And hey, as always, we'll catch you guys next time on Brock's Garage.